Yeah, right after this national anthem, I'm ready to go.
All right, 3 minutes. 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 3
It's a beautiful day here at Foothill College Stadium as the Foothill Owls get ready to take on the Diablo Valley Vikings. Two teams, 1-1 right now in the conference, looking to get win number 2 of the year. Now both teams are coming off of two drastically different games previously, as the Foothill Owls lost to the College of San Mateo 49-14 and are looking to bounce back in that one. On the other hand, the Diablo Valley Vikings, they just dominated San Joaquin Delta 59-14. So you have one team coming off of a very great win and trying to ride that high. On the other hand, the Foothill Owls trying to bounce back and get back on track. Now the Owls, they only have 2 losses on the year, as well as the Diablo Valley Vikings, who have 3. So Diablo Valley right now, they're looking to stay the course as they are 1-1 in the conference. The Owls looking to do the same. Head coach is Matt Ravio, who is now in his 3rd year with the Owls, trying to right the ship. On the other hand, the Diablo Valley Vikings, they have a first-year head coach, Jimmy Collins, but he is a veteran coaching as he's from the City College of San Francisco, where he previously coached. And now he's here coaching for the Vikings as we get going. And the kickoff is going to bounce out of bounds, and that will be a flag. So the Owls are going to start off in favorable field position to start this game. Kick right there by Jorge Deusa. His kick goes immediately out of bounds, and it's going to be a good starting point for quarterback Jaden Macedo. Or actually, it looks like the Owls are going to choose to take the re-kick. Penalty is going to be on the Vikings. And the Owls are going to choose to go for a re-kick. Now you can understand why for the Owls, why they would choose to do this. This is a team that has some dangerous returners on their side. Already back there right now, Andre Jackson and Reggie Hall. Andre Jackson actually returned a kickoff for 103 yards. That was in their matchup versus Laney that they had at home just 2 weeks ago. It was the Owls' first conference game in the Bay 6. And right now, it is still their first year introduced into this new conference. Looking to make an impact in year 1. Now, one thing about this Owls team as well, they were dominant last year in their other conference, which is why they had to make the move up to the Bay 6. But they have lost a lot of players from that previous team, a lot of them being sophomores or transferring away to bigger schools. So now the Owls, in a young team, will have a return from Reggie Hall, the freshman. As Hall takes it forward, Hall staying on his feet, keeping his balance, and Reggie Hall showing some strong effort there to get it down to the 24-yard line. There's also a flag down on the field. So we're going to have to see who that's on and where that's going to put the starting ball. And it appears to be an illegal formation on the kicking team. And it's another 5-yard penalty. And deja vu, we're going to re-kick it again one more time. So this game right now is really taking a while to get going. We've already had 2 kickoffs. We're going to have a 3rd one to start this game. I imagine both sides are just eager now to just take the field at this point. So if you guys are just joining us, we were ready to get a game going here, but the Diablo Valley Vikings, they kicked the first one out of bounds. The second kick was an illegal formation also on the Vikings, which is why they are now kicking off from their own 25-yard line. So what a situation this is for Diablo Valley. Not really the start that you would expect. It's actually Michael Vaccaro who is the one kicking it off for the Vikings. And again, Vaccaro back with Reggie Hall and Andre Jackson set to return. And it will go to Hall. And now off we go with the game as Hall is going to take it over to the left side, and Hall gets down around the 39-yard line. So great field position for the Owls to start. No flags on the field, and we are ready to get going. Again, quarterback Jaden Macedo had 10 touchdowns to 6 interceptions so far on the year. One of his best games actually came against Sierra, throwing for 3 touchdowns in that match. So Macedo back. And on a 4-man rush, Macedo rolls out, and he's going to toss it to the right side, and the catch will be made. Pushing forward for a strong gain are the Owls already on first down. That catch was made by Orlando Barnett. Barnett hasn't seen too much playing time so far, the 6'2" wide receiver from Kings Academy. But he gets some action there early on, and he's seeing it as he's still in. Jordan Fuentes is at the running back spot, and this is the one thing that the Owls need to get going, is that run game. How can they start to tune it up as they go immediately to Fuentes, and Fuentes with a strong gain to start off. So here's the dilemma for both teams right now. The Owls have struggled with the running game. They are only averaging 95 rushing yards per game total as a team. But then on the other side for the Vikings, their defense has struggled as their rushing defense has allowed 143 rushing yards per game. So you have one team that's struggling to run the ball. You have the other team that's struggling to stop the run. We're going to have to see which side prevails in that battle throughout this game. That's definitely a big storyline to look out for. As Macedo's working out of the gun. 4-man rush. Macedo stepping forward. Macedo's going to choose to take it and run himself, and Macedo will get a strong gain of 5. Didn't like what he saw down the field and decided to take it forward for a strong gain. And that's going to make it 2nd and 5. Big thing that the Owls need to start doing, and they've struggled too in games, is those opening drives. Most of the time it's either been a 3-and-out or the drive has stalled out. It would be a great opportunity and a big-time statement if the Owls are able to drive down the field strong and get points on the board early. Macedo dropping back, blitz off the right side. He's throwing. Johnny Barbie is there, and the catch is made. Throw down the sideline to Johnny Barbie. It puts the Owls down at the 17-yard line. Into the red zone they go off of the great catch and throw. So you can see Macedo immediately saw Johnny Barbie on that side and splitting the seam between the two defenders. Barbie gets the catch. And this is going to be a first down for the Owls. Johnny Barbie, the second leading receiver on the team. He's still looking for his first touchdown of the year. Barbie was one of the veterans coming back for this offense this year. Already a good start. Up the middle, it goes to Fuentes, and Fuentes gets a strong gain on first down. Gain of about 4. Now, one thing about this Owls team as well, when you look at their red zone percentage, 88%. One of the best in the base 6. So they're extremely efficient at getting points when in the red zone. And a big tell to that, too, is the lack of turnovers that they commit when they're in this red zone. The Vikings, on the other hand, need to stand strong on their side. It goes back to Fuentes, and Fuentes again with a strong run. And it's already a good start for the Owls, but a flag also down on the field back at around the 15-yard line. Looks like it'd be at the spot of where a holding call would be made, as we await to see what the call from the ref is. So that's going to be a holding call on the Owls, and it will set them back. Make it 2nd and 10. Just when everything was going their way, a little penalty there sets them back. Well, it's not going to make it 2nd and 10, my apologies. I misread the sticks there. But it's going to put the Owls now outside of the red zone, just outside of the 24-yard line. So a 2nd and 15 upcoming. Another running back now in at the backfield. Blitz off of the left side. Macedo gets the throw off while taking the hit, and it goes to Corey Bozgovich. Corey Bozgovich, 246, my bad, receiving yards on the year with 2 touchdowns. He gets his first catch in this one, and it sets up the Owls in 3rd and manageable. Back now inside at the 13-yard line. Can the Owls capitalize here in the red zone in their opening drive? This is one of their best that they've had so far this year. In at running back is Jaden Underwood, who's the number 2 back for this team, but also the team leader in rushing touchdowns with 3. As there's a flag thrown, but also it looks like head coach Matt Ravio was able to get there in time to call the timeout. So the Owls will call a timeout, and we get a little bit of a break, and we'll be back right after the break.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years.
And welcome back. If you guys are just joining us, 10:33 left in the first quarter, and the Owls are driving on their opening drive. Right now facing a 3rd and 5 at the Vikings' 13-yard line. Vikings bring a blitz. Macedo looking to the left, and a flag is thrown off of the pass disruption. That was Jeffrey Holden in coverage, and again intended for Orlando Barnett. But a flag is thrown, which all looks like it will be a pass interference or a holding call. We await to see which one it is. So a holding call against the Vikings. It sets up the Owls right here at the 6-yard line, as you can look back at the play. Try to throw a quick out route to Barnett. And you could kind of see the tug early by Holden. So this makes it 1st and goal for the Owls. Jordan Fuentes in, and they're going to give it to Fuentes, who fights forward and continues to drive ahead. Jordan Fuentes turned what could have been a loss into a gain. And now the Owls have 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line. We're actually close to, right in between the 2 and the 1. I'm going to call it 1.5-yard line. So 2nd and goal for the Owls. Just past the 10-minute mark in the first quarter. Fuentes still in the backfield. It goes to Fuentes. Fuentes up the middle. He fights forward, and what's going to be the call? They're going to say he's short. Halted just before crossing the line, and that's going to be a 3rd down now upcoming for the Owls. As you can see, the big stand from this Vikings defense. Fuentes tried to drive forward, but immediately stuffed. So here we go with 3rd and goal. Back to Fuentes it goes for the 3rd time, and the 3rd time is the charm. Jordan Fuentes, his 2nd touchdown of the year, and the Owls jump out quick to an early 6-0 lead. What an opening drive it is for the Foothill Owls, one of their best of the year. As the Owls take a 6-0 lead with 9:11 at the mark for Foothill. Trajan Sinatra. Kick is going to be up and good. Trajan staying perfect on the year in extra points. And Foothill now up to a 7-0 lead with 9:11 to go in that first quarter. One of their best opening drives. We'll be back to see how the Vikings try to respond. Welcome back. 9:11 left in the first quarter as the Owls have a 7-0 lead. And Trajan Sinatra will be the one to send it away. Back for the Vikings. They have a couple returnmen who are dangerous. You have to look out for number 13, Journey McCoy, who's all the way back to try to return that one. And Sinatra is going to try to launch this all the way down the field. And he will do so. McCoy ready to take it and takes it running. McCoy with the lane. McCoy moving forward, and McCoy gets it down to the 43-yard line. A strong return for the Vikings in their response. And they're going to start the drive in great field position for the offense. As you can see here on the replay, McCoy had a nice little running start to go with it and immediately attacked the lane that he saw. Journey McCoy getting it forward. And now here come the Vikings. Teddy Burras is at the helm. And they'll hand it off to their leading back, Ferrari Miller. Miller's having a fantastic season so far. 574 rushing yards, 5 touchdowns, averaging 4.9 yards per carry. And they'll be facing an Owls defense which allows 122 rushing yards per game. On the other hand, Burras as well, 12 touchdowns, 4 interceptions on the year. As on a 2nd and 4. Burras facing a 4-man rush. Throws off the wide receiver screen, and caught on the run is Piero. David Piero moving forward, and he'll get a very significant gain for the Vikings. The leading receiver for the Vikings, taking the wide receiver screen and running with it. As you can see, Piero catching that one. Working to perfection. Piero with 637 yards receiving and 5 touchdowns on the year. He's the leading receiver by a significant margin, 46 receptions as well. The second leading man has only 15. So you can tell who Boris's favorite receiver is. Burras dropping back again. This time it's going to be a toss to the right side, and the catch we made out of bounds by Miles Dixon. The freshman wide receiver with 216 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns. Gets a nice short gain for the Vikings, and they are moving quick now inside the red zone, where their red zone percentage is at 65%. So 2nd and 4 upcoming. Burras facing a 4-man rush. Steps forward and finds immediate pressure from the Owls. Pressure by Douglas Adams, his 3rd sack of the year. So after a very good drive so far from the Vikings, Douglas Adams gets there in the backfield and he makes a big-time sack to make it 3rd and long for the Vikings. And now an interesting change here for Diablo Valley as they have another quarterback in. Isaiah Newton, it looks like he was there for a run design, and again, a big-time stop on the defensive side for the Owls. That is Douglas Adams again. A tackle for his loss, his 4th of the year. It was looking good for the Vikings, but what a stand specifically by Douglas Adams. He makes it 4th and 10, and it looks like the Vikings have full intention of keeping their offense on the field. And they do. Burras back in now on a clear passing down. Again, this is an Owls defense that has 9 takeaways on the year. There's pressure up the middle, and they get to Burras again. Pressure on the blitz up the middle for the Owls, and that forces the incompletion and a turnover on downs. As you can see, Chris Tuasoso was able to get to the quarterback, and Burras had nowhere to go. He had to throw that one away. So a great early start for the Vikings on offense, and it stalls out by this strong Owls defense. And here comes Jaden Macedo again, a chance to extend this Owls lead. Fuentes in the backfield. Macedo, he's going to do a quick toss out, and that's going to be Andre Jackson. Andre Jackson moving forward for a short gain on 1st down. So Andre Jackson, again, the team's leading receiver on the year with 333 receiving yards. He had a big play in the game against the College of San Mateo where he caught a 50-yard touchdown pass. And if you guys have seen the highlights, they have him out there on Get Sports Focus on YouTube. You can see how he was able to get over the defender for a touchdown. This time it's going to Fuentes, and Fuentes finding no room to go. In fact, getting halted just a little bit behind the line of scrimmage for a loss. So this will make it 3rd and long for the Owls, and this is an Owls team that really wants to improve on 3rd down percentage, 36% on the year. They face an early challenge in this drive with 5 minutes approaching left in the 1st quarter. Yeah, one of the scary things about this Diablo Valley Vikings team too is the interceptions. 7 on the year. One of the top secondaries. Oh, as Macedo's pass is dropped. Corey Boscovich was there and got his hands on it, unable to make the catch. And the Owls are forced to put it away after a 3 and out. And the Vikings defense makes a big time stop to halt the momentum that the Owls were gaining. So back to punt. Jordan Rucker has an average of 39 yards per punt. His longest of the year was 70 yards. And that's a boomer. Way down the field it goes. And there was a jersey tug there, and the refs did see it, as well as able to get the tackle on Jake Calcagno. He took it from his own 18-yard line. A flag is thrown. It looks like it'll be against the Owls. As you can see, the initial gunner pulling the Owl jersey to prevent any sort of tackle from happening. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, and the Vikings are going to start deep within their own territory. So not the start you would have wanted for the Vikings. They allowed the Owls to go down the field, and the Owls powered through for an early touchdown. Then on their following drive, they're able to get down inside the 20. And then the pressure from the Owls defense forces a turnover on downs. And now they have to start their next drive from their own 12-yard line. And in at quarterback again for the Vikings is Isaiah Newton, the sophomore from Napa, California. Again, right next to him is Ferrari Miller. And jumping back to pass. Quick dump off again, another wide receiver screen, but the Owls are there to read it. They try to go again to Piero. But this time it only leads to a gain of 1. And a 2nd and 9 upcoming. So the one thing about this Vikings team is the entourage of quarterbacks that they have. Teddy Boras, as you mentioned, Marcus Sanders, and then also Isaiah Newton. And Newton's been used more for the run scheme for the Vikings. Sanders and Burras have had their own reps as well. This time it's going to be a read option and a handoff given up the middle to Ferrari Miller. And Miller gets a strong gain on second down to make it 3rd and manageable. And by all looks of it right now, Newton still in the game. So 3rd and 4 upcoming. This could be a huge stop for the Owls if they're able to get there. It's another handoff. Ferrari Miller, pressure again, helmet off, he is taken down. And that pressure came again from Douglas Adams. First man to get there, and the rest of the Owls are able to corral him and get the stop. Jason Crawley, another name worth mentioning. And the Owls force a 3-and-out. Johnny Barbie set to return this punt. So punting this one away will be Jacob Johnson. Has a long of 57 and an average of 40 yards per punt. And Johnny Barbie, again, one of the fastest receivers for this team, back to return. Punt goes up, and Johnny Barbie is there to catch it. He'll take it, put a couple moves on, and Barbie is going to get swarmed by defenders. So the drive for the Owls will start at their own 38-yard line. As you can see, the punt away, Barbie was hoping to find some room to take it and run, but could not get through. Now, it's worth mentioning the last time the Owls started a drive past their own 30, they took it down the field for a touchdown. So what can they do on their 3rd drive with 2:51 left in the first quarter? Again, Fuentes there in the backfield. And with the blitz off of the left side, a quick throw to Bozovic, and Bozovic catches a slant and moves forward, and Owls first down, and he'll take it all the way down to about the 44-yard line of the Vikings. And just like that, the Owls are in Viking territory. As you can see, reading the blitz quickly and getting a quick dump off. Right now, one of the best things working for this Owls team is their passing game right now, working to efficiency. And that's what they wanted to do ever since their game against CSM, where they struggled to really get that offense moving. They want to see if they can start to open up this pass game and use the run game to complement it off of that. In at running back is Jaleel Jones. This one, it's going to Barbie. Barbie taking the fly sweep. He's trying to bounce it all the way out, and Barbie will just get it back to the line of scrimmage. There's also a flag down on the play. And that's going to be a holding on the offense. Ben Razi, the tight end, gets called for the holding. So the Owls, after their first play to start the drive, they're now having to be forced all the way back for a 1st and 10. 1st and 10, my apologies. 1st and 20. Macedo, he's throwing the seam route, and it is caught! One-handed grab by Brody Simison. What a catch! As you can see, Macedo immediately seeing the one-on-one. He takes it with Simison. What a grab! Elevating up top for the one-handed grab. Now, Simison really broke out in the game against Laney, where he had 2 touchdowns in that game. Simison with 3 on the year. And the first handoff, that one's going to Fuentes, and that'll be a gain of -1. Or it's actually going to be listed as a loss of 2 for when his knee was down. So it's going to make it 2nd and 12. The Owls want to take advantage of the field position they're in now. Less than a minute left in the first quarter. 7-0 already with the lead. Roll out for Macedo. He has time. He throws it deep. Simison is there, but Simison losing his balance. Unable to make the grab. So it's going to make it 3rd and 12 with 49 seconds left in the first quarter. The Owls leading 7-0. They scored on their opening drive, and now on their 3rd drive, want to really get a big play here. Fuentes in the backfield. On a 3rd and 12, the Vikings bring the blitz. Macedo throwing over the middle, and it is disrupted. Great pass breakup on the defensive side by Anthony Henry. He's able to swat it down as it was intended for Bozovic. And that's going to force a 4th down. And it looks like the Owls are going to try to trust Trajan Sinatra to send a 50-plus yard field goal. This will be a 52-yard field goal. Sinatra, his longest of the year, is 37. Sinatra's kick is up. It has the angle and is just short. From 52 yards out, Sinatra almost gets it through the uprights, just a little short. It's going to be just his 4th miss of the year. Also his 2nd attempt from 40 yards out. He's yet to find success, but as you can see, Sinatra close to getting that breakthrough. And the Owls clearly trusting the freshman kicker. So 42 seconds left in the first quarter. Great field position starting here. And they're going to hand it off. Up the gut and a strong gain for the Vikings. Gain of about 10. As I went to Jason Wade. So Jason Wade with a gain of 10. And the Vikings are looking to tie it on this drive. Boo Ross back at the helm for quarterback on this drive. Quick throw. Wide receiver screen. Piero, flag is down as well, and it looks like this will be against the Vikings just by the initial body language. Flag is down on the play. We have to wait to see what the call will be as we have a replay here. Well, the refs are still discussing. Again, it was a wide receiver screen to Piero. You can see a little bit of a jersey tug here and there, so in the end, the view from the field is much better. And that's the view that the refs have. So it's going to make it 10 yards from the previous spot. And the Vikings are going to face a 1st and 20 with just 9 seconds left in the first quarter. You have to imagine this would be the last play of the quarter if the clock is running after. Actually, the clock they decide to run the clock down right now, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. So the Owls open up their opening drive with a touchdown to give them the lead 7-0 as we move into the second quarter, and we'll be back for the start of period 2.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years.
And welcome back to quarter number 2 for the Owls, as they lead 7-0 over the Diablo Valley Vikings. The Vikings face to the holding call that they had at the end of the first quarter. So they'll be starting backed up with Buras and Ferrari Miller. Showing blitz are the Owls, and they do blitz. They hand it off as well, and this one's actually, it's Jason Wade in the backfield, and Wade gets a gain of just about 1. That was a blitz off the end by Ipoki Fakausi. So it's going to make it a 2nd and 18. So the Owls have had to make a couple adjustments due to the injuries, too, that they've sustained on the defensive side. As a pass on 2nd down, airing it out down the field, and the pass is incomplete. Intended for Amani Ifadil. But a couple injuries. Jacob Povia, the D lineman number 99, is out for the Owls, and not to mention as well Jeremiah Lolohea, one of the DBs for this Owls team, also out. That's 2 sophomore veterans that have gotten hurt on this Owls defense for what is really a young team through and through. It's now giving time for the freshmen to step up, as it's going to be a handoff on a 3rd and extremely long, and getting back to really to the original line of scrimmage is Ferrari Miller. Tackle is made, and that will be another stop for this Owls defense as they're continuing to hold strong. Johnny Barbie gets back out there to return this punt. Just approaching the 13:30 mark as the kick is up. Barbie Fair catches it, and the Owls will start their drive at the 15-yard line. So the Owls will take over with 13:40 on the clock and a 7-0 lead from their own 15-yard line. Another thing is this Owls team has really been hard to stop once they take a 2-score lead. Almost every single game that they've had where they've taken a 2-score lead, they have won it, despite the theatrics towards the end for some of those games. Macedo facing a 4-man rush. He'll throw it up ahead. It's tipped up in the air, and it's picked off. Initial stop by the defender, and it is immediately caught by the linebacker, Santil Acevedo. His first interception of the year. As you can see, Macedo really trying to fit into a tight window, disrupted by the safety, and a big-time turnover forced by the Vikings. So now 7 interceptions on the year for Macedo. Santino, again, his first interception. It sets up the Vikings at the 25-yard line. Handoff. Ferrari Miller. He'll move forward for a gain of 3. So when it looked like the Owls are really having control of this game, a turnover gives life to the Vikings. And now subbing back in is Isaiah Newton at the quarterback spot. Again, Newton is really tailored in his play to suit a certain kind of play calling for the Vikings. Newton, there's a read option, and this is exactly what he's for. Newton taking that read option, bouncing it to the outside, and a good tackle from the Owls defense. First man there on the defensive side was Willie Clifton. as he was able to prevent the first down. Ricard Campbell also there to make the final tackle. And now a 3rd and 3 upcoming. Back in is Buas. It hands off to Miller. Miller pounds it forward, and he'll get the first down, setting up the Vikings at the 14-yard line. And now a little bit of life for the Vikings as they're moving the ball forward. He's able to fight off the initial tackle. So now the Vikings, 1st and 10, they still can't get a first down if they get it past the 4-yard line. So it isn't end zone or bust for this team just yet. Another handoff. Miller driving forward, and Miller getting a strong gain of about 8 on that run. It's going to make it 2nd and 2. So 2nd and 2 for the Vikings, looking to tie this game with about 10 minutes approaching left in the second quarter. Another run up the middle. This time Miller won't get as big of a gain, maybe just about 1. It's going to make it 3rd and extremely short. We're still in at quarterback. And I feel like it's worth mentioning every single time, because when another quarterback is in for the Vikings, it usually means a play call is coming. This time, Bruas, play action, wide receiver open for the touchdown. Amani El Fadil gets the touchdown for the Vikings, and they are back within 1. Taking advantage of the short field and the turnover. Ross, as you can see on the play action, just an easy dump off. And that's also going to be an unnecessary roughness on Jason Crawley, the linebacker for the Owls. He had a late hit on that play. Jorge De Sousa, 100% on extra points. And for a split second, the announcer jinx almost got him. I got a little worried there. But the kick is up and good. And this ties the game at 7 apiece. And we'll be back to see how the Owls try to respond.
Time to get in shape is finally here. The Boss Move Fitness app is here to help you accomplish your goals with a customized meal plan, day by day, with a shopping list to make sure that you're eating something nutritious and delicious to help you lose the belly fat for good. It also comes with a customized workout plan, whether you're in a gym or at home, so therefore you never ever have to question what you're doing to make sure you get in the shape that you want to be in. Get started today at GetStartedAtBossMoveFitness.com to accomplish your goals in no time.
And welcome back. If you guys are just joining us, we are here in the second quarter at the 10-minute mark. In a tie game, the Vikings just drove it down the field following the interception, which put them in favorable field position in Owls territory. They put 7 on the board after the passing touchdown. And now we are all even again. Back to square one for both sides. Kick is going to go into the end zone, setting up a touchback. Starting the Owls drive at the 25-yard line. Macedo is back. Starting from their own 25-yard line, they've really been unable to put a drive together. On their last drive, it took one play, and Macedo threw an interception up the middle off of the tip. They go back to the run game with Fuentes, and Fuentes with a strong gain on first down. That's the one thing that head coach Matt Ravio has talked about. He's wanted to get going for this Owls team is that run game. He's felt like it really hasn't come into fruition yet like it did last year. That was really the main staple of the Owls offense last year. This year, though, they've had to be a little bit more reliant on the passing game as they're really trying to figure out how they can get this run game going. And against a team like the Vikings that allow 143 rush yards per game, this is the game to do so. Back to Fuentes it goes, and a first down for the Owls. They continue to push forward. As the Owls have a full personnel change coming in. Again, both teams 1-1 in the Bay 6 Conference, looking for big win number 2. Macedo draws back, throws it down the sideline, caught by Andre Jackson, tries to stay on his feet, but he'll go down back at around the 50-yard line. So they won't give him the forward progress, but the catch by Andre Jackson leads to a big first down grab for the Owls. And that's the second throw we've seen now down the sidelines from Macedo. First one went to Johnny Barbie in the first quarter. Now they test Andre Jackson, really trying to attack the cover 2 defense. This one's a handoff. It goes to Underwood. And Underwood gets a gain of 2 on first down. Journey McCoy with the tackle. And if you recall Journey McCoy, he is the return man for the Vikings team. He was the one who had the big-time return that put the Vikings starting at their own 45-yard line. Now on a 2nd and 8. Macedo. Quick throw to Andre Jackson. There's a flag down as well. It looks like it might be a holding call. In coverage with Zafir Stills-Bay. One of the leading DBs for this Vikings team. 17 tackles on the year with 2 interceptions. With 1 interception, my apologies. And that will be a holding call. That's going to make it a first down for the Owls. And they continue now to push into Viking territory. 7:49 left on the clock. 7-7 game, and the Owls looking for their first scoring drive since their opening drive. It goes to Fuentes. He's had a strong outing so far, but Fuentes finding no room there. He tries to continue to drive, but the whistle already blew dead. And now, looks like after the extra aggressiveness from both sides, a flag is thrown. Looks like there was extra contact from really both sides. And a big-time mistake from Jeremiah Dumas. That's the center for this Owls team. Unsportsmanlike conduct sets the Owls back really far. It's going to make it a 1st and 15. So just when the Owls were in Vikings territory, a self-inflicted penalty sets them all the way back. Dumas, the 6'1", 350-pound sophomore from Kings Academy. And that's not a mistake you'd like to see the veteran make. So Macedo's going to have to reset. And a lot of yardage to gain. Macedo has time. It goes away quickly, though, as the pressure from the Vikings gets there. Ermi Oshua gets to Macedo, and now you have a third down and extremely long. What a turn of events. It makes it third down and 33. Coming in for the Owls. And you need a really big play here for Foothill if you really want to try to get a first down. But when it's third down and 33, you might as well just say it's third down and punt coming soon. There's a lot of yards to be gained here. And the whistle blows again to stop the play. And to add on insult to injury, a delay of game for the Owls. It just continues to get more grim. A drive that looks so promising for the Owls. Started with an unsportsmanlike conduct, a self-inflicted wound, and then the sack from the Vikings defense. And now another delay of game, making it third and 38 upcoming for the Owls. It's going to be a wide receiver screen to Andre Jackson, and Vikings are there to swarm him. Another loss, this time a loss of 2. And on a 4th and 40, the Owls are going to have to punt this one away. It's crazy to think about the fact that the Owls had momentum to the point where they were starting their next set of 3 downs at the Vikings' 38-yard line, and now they're forced to punt it away from their own 32-yard line. That drive went south really quick for that Owls offense. Here they come on the return. For the Vikings, finding room down the right side and a strong return. Patience is a virtue, and it works good there for Jake Calcagno. Taking it from his own 17-yard line. And he's going to set up the Vikings at their own 38-yard line now. Now, Diablo Valley scored a touchdown on their last offensive drive. It was a drive, though, that started within the Owls' 30-yard line. Handoff, Ferrari Miller. Only a wall of defenders to be found. He'll get a gain of 2. There's also a late flag thrown. And the Owls have already had a couple of penalties for unsportsmanlike and unnecessary roughness. It would hurt to see that be the call again for this Owls team. And that's an unnecessary roughness on Willie Clifton. So another big-time penalty against the Owls, and that sets the Vikings up in their territory at the 45-yard line. And on a 1st and 10, they go back to Miller. Ferrari Miller gashes through. Miller with a strong gain of 10. And the Vikings continuing to push forward now. 5 minutes approaching left in the second quarter. As you can see, the immediate hole for Miller to burst through. And that's dangerous for a runner like Miller, who has 574 rushing yards on the year. Makes it 1st and 10 for the Vikings at the Owls' 35-yard line. Again, this is an Owls team right now that's standing 3rd in the Bay 6 conference. And right behind is Diablo Valley, both teams with a 1-1 record. Burras with the toss. And Ferrari Miller fighting for. Ferrari Miller with a strong gain. Ferrari Miller takes it down to the Owls 20, and now a Vikings offense which has a red zone percentage of 65% find themselves at the Owls 20 and right on the edge of the red zone. Now on the Vikings opening drive, they were able to get it into the red zone, but a couple negative plays due to the Owls pass rush forced a turnover on downs for the Vikings. Second time they made it into the red zone, they were able to capitalize and score a touchdown. Here they are with 3:40 just passed. It goes again to Miller. Ferrari Miller, no gain. It's going to make it a 2nd and 10. So on a 2nd and 10 for the Vikings. Clock ticking down to under 3 minutes left. And the Vikings, they have a perfect opportunity here to possibly get a 2-for-1. They will get the ball to start the second half. Now with under 3 minutes, they're probably complacent letting this clock run down as much as possible. That's pressure off of the edge. Good move and toss out to get away from the first sack. That was initial pressure again by Douglas Adams. What a day he's having so far. Almost his 2nd sack of the day. But Boras, he was able to get out of the pocket and send that one away. Poki Fakeosi was also there to disrupt it, and now makes it 3rd and 10 for the Vikings. So a significant 3rd down play upcoming. This could lead to a big stop for the Owls or continue the drive for the Vikings. It's a running back screen. Ferrari Miller has a lot of room. Ferrari Miller is going to power through into the end zone. Halfback screen to Ferrari Miller, and he takes it to the house. The Vikings jump out to their first lead of the game, 13-7. As you could see, the screen worked to perfection. They drew the defense up, and Miller, the leading rusher for this team, had an entourage of blockers and a clear lane to the end zone. That's exactly the start to the first half that the Vikings would have liked. Right now, they're leading 14-7 with 2:35 left on the clock, and we'll see how the Owls try to get one last score to end the half.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years. College football on
Vikings took a 14-7 lead. If you guys are just joining us, 2:35 left in the second quarter. As the Vikings now holding the lead, it's Andre Jackson on the return. He's had a kick return for a touchdown already once this year. Jackson trying to cut it up the field, and he'll get back just to the 24-yard line. So they lose a yard from where they would have started if it was a touchback. So with 2:25 left, the Owls drive starts at the 24. Tackled by Saphir Stills Bay. And here's where the drive is going to start. So 1st and 10 for the Owls. Play action. Macedo, dump off to the tight end. A lot of room for Willis Towers. This is just Tower's second reception of the year, and it goes for a gain of 8. That was a tackle made by Anthony Henry. So it's going to be a 2-minute timeout as they reach the 2-minute warning, and we'll see how the Owls try to continue this drive following the 2-minute drive. And welcome back after the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 2 for the Owls as they look to get a big-time drive here to even it up possibly. Macedo on a play action has a lot of time. He'll roll out to his right and just throw it out of bounds as he has no one there. So now the Owls are facing a 3rd and 2. There was a lot of pressure on the defensive side for the Vikings. And now on a 3rd and 2, what do the Owls try to do? They still have 2 timeouts. Now on a 3rd and 2, again at their own 32-yard line. You don't want to give the ball back to the Vikings, too, with too much time as well. As the whistle blows, flag is thrown, and that's going to be another delay a game on the Owls offense. Their 2nd. They choose not to call the timeout. Instead, the delay a game will put them back 5 yards. So that's going to make it a 3rd down and 7. Again, this is an Owls team going into this game with a 36% 3rd down percentage. Really a percentage that they want to improve throughout this season. So with 1:50 to go, Macedo dropping back, throw over the middle, and that is incomplete. Was attempting to go to Bozovic. Bozovic really wasn't in the area that Macedo was expecting him to be. Leads to an incompletion. And now with the 1:44, the Vikings have time to get a drive of their own going. So this punt is up and away. It's going to go a little bit short and choosing to catch it surprisingly there. Where the Vikings, and the ball goes out. It's rolling around, and it's picked up by the Vikings. Oh, what a big-time save it was. A mistake by Piero. He decided to pick up the ball, fumbling it away, and he works in the favor of the Vikings as it was still picked up by Calcagno. So you can see it was an interesting decision for Piero to pick it up. Again, that's the team's leading receiver. It was almost a huge momentum shift in this game. So instead, it makes it a 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Run up the middle. Jason Wade. Strong tackle on the defensive side. That is Joshua Shanklin, the team's leading sack man off of the edge. Joshua Shanklin, the outside linebacker for the Foothill Owls, 7.5 sacks on the year, 2 forced fumbles, as well as 3 pass breakups. He's really been one of the team's MVPs on the defensive side. And he makes a big-time tackle there, forcing the Vikings to call a timeout, and we'll be back right after to see how that plays out.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years.
And welcome back. Minute 20 left in the first half. And they start off with a handoff. Immediate pressure. Full Owls defenders there, and the ball comes out. The perfect opportunity arises for the Owls defense, and they answer the call. Recovery by Joshua Shanklin. As you can see, the run, that last tackle by that far defender, that was number 1, Javonte Jackson, who got there to force the fumble, and the Owls are starting in great field position. Minute 10 left in the second quarter. That was Jason Wade who was running with the football. And here's Macedo starting in great field position for the Owls. They're going to hand it off early to Jordan Fuentes. And a flag is also thrown. And another penalty on the Owls offense. Again, this is an Owls offense going into this game, have 640 penalty yards compared to the Vikings 571. And this is a Vikings team that's also played one more game than the Owls. So that's not a great statistic so far on the year. Again, this is also a young Owls team. It's a team that really wants to start coming into their own. Throw over the middle is cut! Andre Hall. My apologies, that's Reggie Hall, who makes the catch, brings it inside the 10. And again, the Owls still have a timeout, but there's also a defender down for the Vikings, Amari Comer. He is down on the field, and the Owls are now inside the red zone. Again, this is one of the biggest things about this Owls team is their red zone percentage is fantastic at 88% on the year. They are fantastic at finishing drives. Looks like Maury Comier is kind of stretching out on the field. One big thing to talk about for this Owls team is what a turnaround it's been right now. Forcing the fumble on the defensive side. Again, this is a team that has forced now 10 takeaways on the year. And again, the biggest thing you can always praise about this Owls team right now, first year in the base 6, and an extremely young team. Majority of the players on this team are freshmen. Now, just because they're freshmen doesn't mean they haven't experienced junior college football before. A lot of these freshmen, too, are coming off of being gray shirts which is really a perfect time for these players to start developing. This one again, it's going to Reggie Hall. Reggie Hall fighting for Reggie Hall with some strength, and he'll get it down to the 1. What a job by Reggie Hall. He almost crossed the plane. Now, it looks like Reggie Hall also got out of bounds. So that was a gain of 6. 2nd and goal for the Owls. Jordan Fuentes in at running back. And a whistle blows. It's going to be a timeout from the Vikings. That's going to be their 2nd of the half. And the Owls at the doorstep. We'll be back.
Time to get in shape is finally here. The Boss Move Fitness app is here to help you accomplish your goals with a customized meal plan, day by day, with a shopping list to make sure that you're eating something nutritious and delicious to help you lose the belly fat for good. It also comes with a customized workout plan, whether you're in a gym or at home, so therefore you never ever have to question what you're doing to make sure you get in the shape that you want to be in. Get started today at GetStartedAtBossMoveFitness.com to accomplish your goals in no time.
Welcome back. If you guys are just joining us, what an end to the 2nd quarter it's been. The Owls started with their opening drive. They scored a touchdown. Following a turnover from the Owls offense, the Vikings are able to capitalize, score at 7 apiece. And then the Vikings drove down with about 4 minutes left to take the lead 14-7. And here's a handoff. Fuentes, he is stuffed. Immediate tackle in the backfield, and a timeout is called by the Owls offense. Now again, another recap of really what happened here to end that 2nd quarter. The Vikings drove down the field. They had a halfback screen to Ferrari Miller. He scored the touchdown for the Vikings. That put them up 14-7. And then the Owls on their following drive were unable to move the ball down the field, a 3-and-out. So it's set up for a second. It looked like the Vikings were going to get a chance to get another drive just before the end of the half. But a fumble by Jason Wade and a forced fumble that was by, on the Owls side, Javonte Jackson. He was able to get there, force the fumble. The Owls recover, and their drive started inside the Vikings 30. And then a big-time throw by Macedo to Reggie Hall. It's a big-time gain for the Owls. And this sets them up now at the 2-yard line on a 2nd and 3. Now, a big thing worth mentioning is the Owls just used a timeout. Time isn't really on their side. They want to punch it in. Fuentes is stuffed, but the whistle also blows just before the play. And it looks like the play clock maybe didn't start. I was a little confused there as well from what the officials declared. It looks like it's a redo of the down. So it is. That play is nullified, really in the favor of the Owls right there. Fuentes was immediately stuffed up the middle. Now in is Jaden Underwood, more of the power back for this Owls team. So 21 seconds back on the clock. They go to Underwood this time, and Underwood, pressure in the backfield, and Underwood is stopped. And the clock is continuing to run down for the Owls. They have no more timeouts, or they do. They do have a timeout. They decide to let the clock run down to 3 seconds, and it looks like the Owls' plan right here will be to kick the field goal. As the timeout is called, both sides huddle up. And it looks like, yes, the special teams unit is coming out. So with 3.7 seconds left on the clock, it's going to be Tradron Sinatra to try to bring this game within 4. and put 3 on the board. It's going to be a 20-yard field goal for Sinatra. .7 seconds left in the half. And it looks like it's going to be a timeout from the Vikings. You have to imagine they're just trying to ice Sinatra here. Although Sinatra is someone who is an efficient field goal kicker. This is the distance of pretty much an extra point. And Sinatra, 100% on extra points on the year. Not to mention, he is 6 for 10 on the year. Really the only few misses that he's had so far, kicks that are outside of 50-plus yards. So the Owls have a lot of trust in this kicker and what he can do. Again, Trajan Sinatra, just a freshman as well, showing a lot of promise as a Foothill Owl. So field goal here could bring it within 4 points. Again, though, the Vikings, they do start with the ball in the second half. So it appears the Owls' full intentions here is to bring it within striking distance and hope to get a stop on that opening drive. Sinatra's kick is up and good. He cannot be iced. So that'll be the end of the first half, and Trajan Sinatra brings it within 4. So 14-10, the Vikings lead to end the first half. What an eventful end to that second quarter it was. And we'll be back with you guys for the start of the second half.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years.
The time to get in shape is finally here. The Boss Move Fitness app is here to help you accomplish your goals with a customized meal plan, day by day, with a shopping list to make sure that you're eating something nutritious and delicious to help you lose the belly fat for good. It also comes with a customized workout plan, whether you're in a gym or at home, so therefore you never ever have to question what you're doing to make sure you get in the shape that you want to be in. Get started today at GetStartedAtBossMoveFitness.com to accomplish your goals in no time.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years.
The time to get in shape is finally here. The Boss Move Fitness app is here to help you accomplish your goals with a customized meal plan, day by day, with a shopping list to make sure that you're eating something nutritious and delicious to help you lose the belly fat for good. It also comes with a customized workout plan, whether you're in a gym or at home, so therefore you never ever have to question what you're doing to make sure you get in the shape that you want to be in. Get started today at GetStartedAtBossMoveFitness.com to accomplish your goals in no time.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years.
The time to get in shape is finally here. The Boss Move Fitness app is here to help you accomplish your goals with a customized meal plan, day by day, with a shopping list to make sure that you're eating something nutritious and delicious to help you lose the belly fat for good. It also comes with a customized workout plan, whether you're in a gym or at home, so therefore you never ever have to question what you're doing to make sure you get in the shape that you want to be in. Get started today at GetStartedAtBossMoveFitness.com to accomplish your goals in no time.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years.
The time to get in shape is finally here. The Boss Move Fitness app is here to help you accomplish your goals with a customized meal plan, day by day, with a shopping list to make sure that you're eating something nutritious and delicious to help you lose the belly fat for good. It also comes with a customized workout plan, whether you're in a gym or at home, so therefore you never ever have to question what you're doing to make sure you get in the shape that you want to be in. Get started today at GetStartedAtBossMoveFitness.com to accomplish your goals in no time.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years.
The time to get in shape is finally here. The Boss Move Fitness app is here to help you accomplish your goals with a customized meal plan, day by day, with a shopping list to make sure that you're eating something nutritious and delicious to help you lose the belly fat for good. It also comes with a customized workout plan, whether you're in a gym or at home, so therefore you never ever have to question what you're doing to make sure you get in the shape that you want to be in. Get started today at GetStartedAtBossMoveFitness.com to accomplish your goals in no time.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years.
The time to get in shape is finally here. The Boss Move Fitness app is here to help you accomplish your goals with a customized meal plan, day by day, with a shopping list to make sure that you're eating something nutritious and delicious to help you lose the belly fat for good. It also comes with a customized workout plan, whether you're in a gym or at home, so therefore you never ever have to question what you're doing to make sure you get in the shape that you want to be in. Get started today at GetStartedAtBossMoveFitness.com to accomplish your goals in no time.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years.
The time to get in shape is finally here. The Boss Move Fitness app is here to help you accomplish your goals with a customized meal plan, day by day, with a shopping list to make sure that you're eating something nutritious and delicious to help you lose the belly fat for good. It also comes with a customized workout plan, whether you're in a gym or at home, so therefore you never ever have to question what you're doing to make sure you get in the shape that you want to be in. Get started today at GetStartedAtBossMoveFitness.com to accomplish your goals in no time.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years.
The time to get in shape is finally here. The Boss Move Fitness app is here to help you accomplish your goals with a customized meal plan, day by day, with a shopping list to make sure that you're eating something nutritious and delicious to help you lose the belly fat for good. It also comes with a customized workout plan, whether you're in a gym or at home, so therefore you never ever have to question what you're doing to make sure you get in the shape that you want to be in. Get started today at GetStartedAtBossMoveFitness.com to accomplish your goals in no time.
Welcome back to the second half of play in a 14-10 game where the Vikings have the lead over the Owls. I just want to remind you guys, too, for the viewers, if you guys like what you see, please do subscribe. Again, we'll be covering sports all year round, from junior college football to basketball as well. Today we have 4 junior college football games as well as 1 junior college men's basketball game today on NorCal Sports TV. I want to thank you guys for tuning in as we get the second half going. Kick by Sinatra is going to be a little short. Leaves a return for the Vikings to the 25, around the 26-yard line. And that's what the Vikings are going to start their drive, leading already 14-10. Now, if you guys are just joining us, a reminder of what happened. The Owls scored a touchdown on their opening drive, went all the way down the field, about 60-plus yards. After that, the Vikings have really been held stagnant throughout the whole first quarter, but in that second quarter, an interception thrown by Macedo set up the Vikings in great field position where they drove it down to score a touchdown. They get one more late in the second quarter. And I'll let this first play go as we do the recap. It's a pass to the right side, no receivers in sight. And this will make it 2nd and 10. But late in that second quarter, the Vikings were able to do a full drive down the field to score the touchdown, making it 14-7. But then the Owls defense comes through with a big forced fumble at the end of the half. It sets up the Owls in great field position to force a field goal up. And now we are at 14-10. Whereas now where you guys are picking up. The ball is up in the air. It is fumbled and picked up by the Owls. Just the second fumble of the year by Ferrari Miller. Looked like he never really had control of it off of the handoff. And the Owls capitalize. This was picked up by Jaden Robinson. And that's now 2 fumbles in the game for the Vikings. They fumbled one at the end of the second quarter, and now they do so again to start the third. So just the start to the second half that the Owls wanted. 14:41 left on the clock. And the Owls starting at the 25-yard line. Macedo, pressure, throws it over the middle, and it's picked off! Back-to-back turnovers! Macedo with pressure to his left and forcing the throw over the middle, and it is picked off. Just a throw you wouldn't like your quarterback to make. That's the cardinal rule. Do not throw late and do not throw over the middle. Back behind your body, and that's exactly what Macedo did, and that led to Macedo's 8th interception of the year. And it's a costly one. The Owls just regained momentum. They forced Ferrari Miller to fumble the football. They start off at the 25-yard line. It's an Owls team that has an 88% red zone percentage. And a turnover like that really hurts everything they just started. They go back to Miller, and Miller gets a strong gain of about 4, holding on tight to the football there. So we were just talking about the eventful end to the first half. What a start to the second half it's been. We're still less than a minute in, and already 2 turnovers from both sides. The second interception thrown by Foothill, the second fumble by the Vikings. Right now, the pass game for the Vikings really hasn't gotten going yet. Boras, he throws it there, though, right on cue, and that ball is out. Are they going to call it a catch and a fumble or an incomplete? The official on the far side is going to call it a catch and fumble. That was Miles Dixon with the catch. And this has been quite eventful. Almost another turnover by the Vikings. Instead, it makes it 1st and 10. It's a handoff. What a tackle in the backfield. Ipoki Fakaosi gets there in the backfield, makes a big-time tackle. His 5th tackle for a loss on the year. It looked like Miller was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so it's 2nd and 10. So with 13 minutes left, it's a 14-10 game. Boras is at the helm. And they give it to the wide receiver. Piero decided to hand it off to him instead. And a great tackle. Again, this Owls defense swarming. It's the safety Jeremiah Zamora who gets there. Prevents it from being a bigger gain. It's just a gain of 2, and now 3rd and 8 upcoming. So 3rd down and 8. The Owls have a full rotational switch. It looks like they switched to the personnel of the Vikings. They need to hurry and get off the field, though. The Vikings trying to snap it quick. They don't do it in time. 3rd and 8. Dropping back. Boras, he's throwing over the middle. It's picked off! Intercepted and taking it back. Fapai Fualema with the interception, the first of the day for the Owls. 3 turnovers forced by this defense. Sets them up in fantastic field position. Now we have to wait and see what the flag is for. There's a flag down, 2 flags, both of them at the 44-yard line, as the officials are having a discussion right now. We have to imagine the flags were thrown after the interception, so the turnover should stand. This will just determine where the Owls' drive is going to start from this point on. And still less than 5 minutes in and already 3 turnovers combined from both sides. The ball is yet to cross the 50-yard line. And there's been a lot of action so far. So now we wait to see what the official has to say. So this will be an illegal block in the back by Douglas Adams. So it's going to really push the Owls back. It looks like a personal foul as well, so it's going to be tacked on to the 10 to then add 15 more. So the Owls are really going to start back in their own field position at the 31-yard line. Rare mistake by the Owls defense, who's really actually not registered a lot of penalties so far. It's been more so on the Owls offense. First and 10 for the Owls. They give it to Fuentes, and Fuentes with some strong running. He gets a gain of 11, and he's having a day so far, one of the best rushing performances for the Owls this year. Again, this is an Owls team that really wants to get the run game going to complement the pass. And this is a Diablo Valley Vikings team that has struggled to stop the run. So both sides struggling. Right now, the Owls more successful on their end. Fuentes again, bursting through the middle. A gain of 8. The Vikings, their rushing defense has allowed 143 rushing yards per game, and the Owls average 95 rushing yards per game. Both sides, again, as I've mentioned, struggling. So the Owls are the ones who are taking advantage. And this could be a perfect opportunity for the Owls to really start to tune up the run game that they really want to get going. Play action here. Toss over to the far side, and running forward for a strong gain is Willis Towers. The tight end, just his 3rd reception of the year. And this moves the Owls forward now to the Vikings 39. Again, approaching the 10-minute mark in the 3rd quarter. The Owls down 14-10. They're looking for a drive right here that could put them ahead. Going back to Fuentes. This time, Fuentes is stopped. That's Dougie Sylvia, who's able to make the tackle. Makes it 2nd and 9. The biggest thing for Macedo right now is playing safe football. He has 2 interceptions thrown already, 8 on the year. And again, he's a freshman quarterback, so a lot of growing pains are going to happen. But the Owls really can't afford that right now. It's Macedo. He's dropping back. He's going to throw it. Out route. Simison is catching it and running with it. He'll take it for a gain of about 8. And that's going to lead to an Owls first down, setting them up at the 28-yard line. That's just Brody Simonsen's 2nd catch of the day. If you recall, Brody Simonsen, he was the one who made the incredible one-handed grab at the end of the 1st quarter. And again, a receiver who's really come into shape in these later games. Going back to Fuentes, and why not? Jordan Fuentes up the middle. A man on a mission. Jordan Fuentes down to the 14-yard line, and the Owls' run game has come alive. So now the Owls are inside the red zone, and a team that has a red zone percentage of 88% on the year. With 8:30 left, they go back to Fuentes, and Fuentes meets a wall of defenders. And there's also a flag down on the play. Santino Acevedo was the first one to get there for the tackle, and it's also going to be a false start. So the play is negated. It's still going to be first down, but make it 1st and 15. And Jordan Fuentes subs out. He is on the sidelines right now on a knee. Looks like he's more just exhausted right now. Fuentes getting the majority of the carries on this drive. And again, this is an Owls team that has an entourage of running backs. And here's the next one, Jaden Underwood. On a 1st and 15, they throw the wide receiver screen. It is caught by Reggie Hall before a loss of 1. The clock continuing to tick down. 7:30 approaching left in the 3rd quarter. In a 14-10 game, the Owls have the ball at the 21-yard line, just on the outskirts of the red zone. Also worth mentioning, Brody Simison right now. He's on the sidelines limping a little bit too. Not a great sign for one of their top receivers. On a 2nd and 16, Macedo dropping back to pass. Throw over the middle is caught. Bozovic gets it inside the 5, and the Owls with a 1st and goal opportunity. On a 2nd and 16, they get 16, and the Owls in prime scoring position. So 1st and goal for the Owls. Back in at running back is Jordan Fuentes. Already has a touchdown in this game. Scored on the opening drive on a goal line run. This time, though, they drop back to pass. He's lobbing it up to Fuentes, and it's bobbled around and incomplete. Almost caught. But a pass disruption on the other side. That's Marley Alapati who gets the pass disruption on there. And with 6:35 left, the Owls on a 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line. Macedo. They give it back to Fuentes. Fuentes driving forward, and Jordan Fuentes gets it down to about the 1-yard line. So a minimal gain. As you can see, Fuentes really tried to break through the initial wave of tacklers. He could not, though. So now 3rd and goal. It'll be under 6 minutes left in the 3rd quarter after this play. The Owls back inside. Touchdown to Jordan Fuentes, and the Owls have taken back the lead. Taking advantage of the turnover and the big run game. That was all Jordan Fuentes on that drive, and he'll cap it off for his 2nd touchdown of the day. Now 3rd on the year for Jordan Fuentes. Again, the 6-foot, 170-pound running back from Live Oak. Just a freshman on this team and showing a lot of promise right now. Trajan Sinatra, his extra point kick is up and good, but there's also a flag down. And it's going to be a false start on the Owls. Another penalty, which has really been one of the biggest storylines of this game so far. The Owls' self-inflicted wounds, especially on the offensive side. But despite that, they have the lead at 16-14. Sinatra, his kick is up and good. And the Owls stay perfect on extra points. And with 5:53 left in the 3rd quarter, the Foothill Owls have taken a 17-14 lead.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years. College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to Foothill Owl.
Back, 5:53 left in the 3rd quarter, and the Owls have just taken a 3-point lead thanks to the touchdown run by Jordan Fuentes. Now on this kickoff, it goes to Journey McCoy. And the ball is out! The 3rd fumble of the day for the Vikings, this time on the kickoff. Recovery by defensive back Anthony Bilberry. 3rd fumble from the Vikings, 4th turnover total. And everything right now disastrous in this 3rd quarter for Diablo Valley. This is where it could get dangerous. The Owls offense now back on the field. The defense for the Vikings getting almost no rest. And they have to be back out here to try to prevent the Owls from driving down and scoring another touchdown. They start at the Vikings' 32-yard line. Jordan Fuentes back there at running back. Already 2 touchdowns on the day. Maceto's going to start with the drop back. Looking left, going right. Johnny Barbie is there, and it's too high, incomplete. And Maceto taking a shot early to start the drive. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Again, that would have been Johnny Barbie's first receiving touchdown of the year. One of the veterans of this Owls team, really looking to make an impact late in the season. This time they go to Fuentes, and why not? Jordan Fuentes breaks loose. Jordan Fuentes down, and he fumbles the ball. It rolls out of bounds, and what are they going to call it? And they're going to say Jordan Fuentes fumbled forward out of bounds. So a big break for the Owls. Jordan Fuentes broke through the middle, a big run, and he fumbles the ball out of bounds. So the Owls have 1st and goal at the 6-yard line and catch a big break. That was Jordan Fuentes' 4th fumble of the year. He's only lost 1, though, so far. Maceto's rolling out. Throws it to the outside. It's caught, but feet could not get in bounds. As the intended target, Xavier Catano. One of the wide receivers deep in the depth chart for the Owls. Couldn't make the catch. So with 5:04 left, the Owls have a 17-14 lead and a 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line in the 3rd quarter. It's been a turnover clinic. 3 turnovers from the Vikings in the 3rd quarter alone. They go to Fuentes again. Fuentes slides forward. Gets it to the 2-yard line. And now 3rd and goal upcoming. Clock continuing to tick away, and a touchdown here could be huge for the Owls. It would be their first 2-possession lead of the game. And they would do it late in the 3rd quarter. So 3rd and goal. Jordan Fuentes in the backfield. They go to Fuentes. Fuentes up the gut. Fuentes is down at the 1. From my initial view, it looked like he almost got in, but the ref on the far side said his knee was down. And what it looks like the Owls are going to go for it. So 4th and goal. Under 4 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. And the Owls have a 3-point lead, looking to extend it 7 more. Hand off to Fuentes, and he is stuffed! The Vikings make a goal line stand, but the flag is also down from the head ref in the white cap. We're going to have to see what the call is from the official. And a vital mistake from the Vikings. They get the stop on Fuentes they need, but a face mask is called, and this gives the Owls now a full set of downs at the goal line. So 1st and goal again. Jordan Fuentes subs out. And another flag, this time on the Vikings head coach. Again, Jimmy Collins, his first season coaching the Vikings. Previously the head coach of City College of San Francisco. He gets a flag as well, half the distance to the goal. And with Jaden Underwood in, this is the Owls' leading touchdown scorer on rushes. But we're going to have to wait and see what happens next because head coach Matt Ravio calls a timeout. So it'll leave us in anticipation to see how the Owls can cap off this drive. We'll be back.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years.
Welcome back. 3:44 left in the third quarter. If you guys are just joining us, the Owls have a 17-14 lead and are knocking at the doorstep. First and goal at the 1-yard line. Jaden Underwood is the running back, and it goes to Underwood. Underwood takes it in for the touchdown. Jaden Underwood, his 4th touchdown of the year, extends the Owls' lead to 9. And following the back-to-back turnovers from the Vikings, the Owls have now taken a 2-possession lead. Trajan Sinatra will attempt the extra point with 3:38 left in the third. And the Owls take a 24-14 lead. And now the Vikings are left having to respond. Trajan Sinatra is back to kick off for the Owls. And they have a 24-14 lead with 3:38 left in the third. And it's been quite the eventful third quarter. 4 turnovers total, 3 by the Vikings. And on the last 2 for the Vikings, the Owls have fully capitalized on touchdown drives. This time the kickoff bounces out of bounds and a flag will be thrown. And again, you can tell the Vikings were a little bit hesitant to try to return this one as their past 2 kick returns went for a fumble. So they're going to do a re-kick following the penalty. 3:38 now left in the third. Again, the return man who fumbled last time was Journey McCoy, who's really had the 2 different ends of the spectrums on kick returns. One, the most previous one, he fumbled, but just before that, in his first kickoff return, he took it all the way to the 45-yard line, a big-time return for the Vikings. And now the Owls having to kick from their own 30-yard line. Sinatra sending it down the middle. This time it's going to go to the other side, Montrell Smith. And Montrell Smith finds a lane. Montrell Smith taking it past the 45-yard line. So Montrell Smith gets it to the Vikings 48-yard line. And that's ideally where you'd want to drive to start when the offense has really struggled to get anything going in the third. Great field position to start. First play is a pass up in the air and picked off. Losing pellets on the return, but one play and another turnover. Willie Clifton, his second interception of the year. And everything going wrong for the Vikings right now. That pass tipped up in the air off of the throw, and Clifton in perfect position for the INT. Just a series of unfortunate events. That's how you'd explain the third quarter for Diablo Valley. And for this Owls defense, what a performance. They had 9 takeaways going into this game. Now at 14, 5 total in this game. First play is going to be a handoff to Fuentes for a gain of 2. And right now you can see on the sidelines, Coach Brandon Younger, he is ecstatic. Pumping up the Owls defense, who's had a fantastic third quarter coming out of half. So Fuentes had a 3-yard run. Now picking up on a 2nd and 7 with under 3 minutes to go in the third. It looks like there was a jump early. And it's going to be a false start on the Owls. Another penalty on this offense. And despite everything going right for the Owls, the one thing they still can't figure out are the penalties and these self-inflicted wounds. It now makes it 2nd and 12 for Macedo and company. So here come the Owls on a 2nd and 12. Macedo rolls out. Quick dump off to Ben Razi. And Razi, his 3rd catch of the year, will go for a gain of nothing. So no gain for the Owls. Now under 2 minutes left in the third quarter. And this makes it a 3rd and 12. And the Owls have really been unsuccessful this year on 3rd and long situations. Again, in total, they already have a 3rd down percentage of 36. What can they do here on a 3rd and 12? Macedo, blitz off the edge, throws it near side, down the sideline, and almost cut. Andre Jackson had it for a second but lost it. And that was great coverage on the other side by Jeffrey Holden. So the Vikings defense stands strong, forces a 3 and out. And now the Vikings have a little bit of hope. They're down but not out, as Jordan Rucker's going to punt this one away. That one shanks a little bit to the right, but has a favorable bounce. Picking it up are the Vikings. Again, worth mentioning, as he is taken down, David Piero. He fumbled the last punt he tried to get. Again, the Vikings were able to recover it. But a bit of a risky play from Piero right there, as he tried to take it and run with it. 24-14 the score with 1:14 left to go in the third. So the Vikings now taking over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Down 10. Again, one thing about the Owls games so far all this season. As it's going to be a handoff this time to Ferrari Miller, who's really hasn't had a chance to do anything in this third quarter. But one thing about the Owls is the majority of their games that they've won have really been in close contention. Besides the one versus Feather River, where they won 31-13, they barely won in OT 26-23 versus Reedley. Then following that, a close win against Sierra, as that's another handoff to Miller for a short gain. They had a big-time comeback against Sierra, 49-29. And then another close win versus Laney, where they made a fantastic goal line stand, 24-19. So the majority of their wins have been in the final minutes of the game. But right now, they have control with a 10-point lead at the clock ticking down. Jumping back. Boras, pressure, throws it up, and it is caught for a good first down. Run after catch by David Piero. And that should, for all intents and purposes, end the third quarter. As the clock will run down. And the Vikings will start the third quarter on a 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line. So the nightmare of the third quarter is over for the Vikings. They are down 24-14 as we get ready for the final quarter of play. 15 minutes to go.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years. College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years.
Welcome back. 15 minutes to go in this one as the Owls have a 24-14 lead, 14 unanswered by the Owls in that third quarter. As the Vikings try to respond with a run to Ferrari Washington for a minimal gain. So with the clock ticking down and the Vikings down 10, they can't settle for 3 on this drive, but they do need points. 2nd and 6 upcoming. Boras to Miller. And Miller gets a gain of 3. So this is going to make it 3rd and 3 for the Vikings. Really a situation where the Vikings have struggled all game long. They haven't converted on the majority of their third downs. On one of their successful third downs, though, it was a halfback screen to Miller that led to a touchdown. Timeout called by the Owls as they want to take time. They know how important this third down is, and we'll get back to see how it plays out after this break.
Time to get in shape is finally here. The Boss Move Fitness app is here to help you accomplish your goals with a customized meal plan, day by day, with a shopping list to make sure that you're eating something nutritious and delicious to help you lose the belly fat for good. It also comes with a customized workout plan, whether you're in a gym or at home, so therefore you never ever have to question what you're doing to make sure you get in the shape that you want to be in. Get started today at GetStartedAtBossMoveFitness.com to accomplish your goals in no time. Time to get in shape is finally here. The Boss Move Fitness app is here to help you accomplish your goals with a customized meal plan, day by day, with a shopping list to make sure that you're eating something nutritious and delicious to help you lose the belly fat for good. It also comes with a customized workout plan, whether you're in a gym or at home, so therefore you never ever have to question what you're doing to make sure you get in the shape that you want to be in. Get started today at GetStartedAtBossMoveFitness.com to accomplish your goals in no time.
3rd down and 3, and possibly one of the biggest plays of this game upcoming. With 13:56 left in the 4th quarter, it's going to be a handoff. Miller, my apologies. Strong run forward off of the stiff arm, and that's going to be a 1st down. Poki Fakaose was able to finish off the tackle, but Ferrari Miller, he gets the 1st down. Makes it a gain of 7, 24-14. The score. Again, this is Diablo Valley's Vikings team as well, that really hasn't won any close games. Majority of their wins have come from blowouts and dominations. This time, getting to the quarterback. Another sack for Joshua Shanklin. The team's leading sack man gets to the quarterback. And again, the pressure of the Owls puts the Vikings in a 2nd and long. That pressure has been prevalent all game long. 2 notable players from this Owls defense, Joshua Shanklin and Douglas Adams. They have put incredible pressure on the quarterback this entire game. Also worth noting, I got a little bit of an insider report. You could call it my Ian Rappaport moment. Got a message from one Travis Dampierre, former alumni from the Foothill Owls. Douglas Adams is the cousin of Devontae Adams. You guys might know Devontae Adams as the wide receiver now for the Jets, famously known for the Green Bay Packers and his run with Aaron Rodgers. As that's going to be a false start on the Vikings. So a little bit of an insult to injury. It's going to make it 2nd and extremely long. Upcoming 2nd and 23. But as I was mentioning, yes, Douglas Adams, cousin of Devontae Adams, and Douglas Adams on the year, 4 sacks with 4 tackles for a loss. 2nd in both of those categories on the team. It's dangerous when you got Shanklin and Adams coming from both sides. Going in an empty set for the first time. And it looks like it's setting up to be a double pass. Down the other way, a lot of open room. And this might work perfectly for the Vikings. They get back more than the 23 yards that they needed. Deception at the perfect moment. Double pass back to Isaiah Newton. Works to perfection. And the Vikings drive moves forward, but also man down on the field. That's Benjamin Forkowski, the center, right now holding his right arm. So now 12-16 left in the 4th. The ball is at the Owls' 25-yard line. And this is the drive where the Vikings need a score. What a turn of events it's been. Going into the 2nd half, the Vikings had the lead 14-10. On their opening drive, it was a fumble by Ferrari Miller. The Owls then on the next play was an interception by Jaden Macedo. And then the Vikings answer that with an interception thrown of their own by Boras. Then the Owls go down, score a touchdown, a fumble on the kickoff for the Vikings. The Owls take that advantage and go down and score a touchdown. Then to respond again, the Vikings throw another interception. And that leaves us with where we are now. 24-14 the score in the fourth quarter. And the Vikings having a drive that they need desperately. It goes to Miller. Ferrari Miller powers forward for a gain of 5. So 2nd and 5 upcoming. Well, it looks like Ferrari actually got some more extra yards there at the end of that run. So it makes it a gain of 7 for Miller. 2nd and 3. Oh, fumble at the snap. Having to throw it back and incomplete. Good awareness by Isaiah Newton to get it away. But the snap didn't even reach Newton from the beginning, as you could see. It bobbled right to him. Looks like I had a little bit of a roller. Again, good awareness by Newton just to get the ball away. It makes it 3rd and 3. Now the Vikings do have a kicker who is 3 for 4 on the year, and his longest is 31 yards. So they can't settle for 3 here. It's a 10-point game. Newton up the middle, big time tackle is not made. A great keeper by Newton that deceived even me up here at the booth. Held that read option all the way to the end, and it works. Isaiah Newton gets the first down for the Vikings. And that's the art of a great read option, holding it all the way to the end and pulling it out last second. That's how you really deceive the defenders. Newton, under 11 minutes to go, gives it to Ferrari Miller, and Miller pushes forward for a gain of 6. And down on the field is one of the linemen for the Vikings. So this will be another injury timeout. And we await to see how he will recover. But for the meantime, we'll go to a break.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years. College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years.
And welcome back to NorCal Sports TV. If you guys are just joining us, 10:44 left in the game. The Owls having a 10-point lead at 24-14. Again, 14 unanswered from the Owls in the third quarter gave them that lead. If you guys are liking what you're seeing in the rest of college football that we broadcast here on NorCal Sports TV, feel free to subscribe. We have 4 games today, including basketball as well. This pass to the right side is incomplete, but a flag is also thrown. Intended for Piero, Willie Clifton in coverage. It's a 2nd and 4 right now. They're probably discussing right now if it was a catchable ball, one of the first things that you always have to discuss. And the pass interference is called against Willie Clifton. So this will set up 1st and goal for the Vikings. And now seeing the majority of this drive has been Isaiah Newton. Teddy Boros has been taken out, and Newton now getting the majority of the action. It's a handoff. Miller inside, touchdown for the Vikings. Ferrari Miller, his 2nd touchdown of the day, and this puts the Vikings within 1 score right now. It is 24-20. Following the extra point, this can make it a 3-point game. Jorge Deusa will kick the extra point. He's perfect all year, and it will stay that way. So 24-21 the score, and the Vikings answer on a much-needed drive. We come down to the final 10 minutes of the game. We'll be back. Welcome back. Again, 10:31 left in the game, and the Owls lead 24-21. The Vikings just drove down the field, and Ferrari Miller got his 2nd touchdown of the day. So now this puts the pressure on the Owls. They need a drive of their own. And the drive starts on the kick return by Andre Jackson, who gets a good return past the 30. So the strong return by Andre Jackson sets the Owls up at the 32-yard line. And that's where Macedo and company will take over. Now the biggest story of this game, though, is the Owls' success in the run game. Throughout the whole entire year, their offense has mainly been emphasized on the pass game. But today, Jordan Fuentes has found his groove. 2 rushing touchdowns on the day, and over 100 yards rushing as he continues to power through there. Wide open gap for Jordan Fuentes. He takes it to the 46-yard line of the Owls. And if the Owls are to engineer a great drive, it would be on the legs of Jordan Fuentes, and that would continue to drain the clock as well as move them down the field. Again, the Owls averaging 319 total offensive yards per game. Way over their average rushing wise. Macedo pass over the middle is picked off. His 3rd interception of the game. This is getting taken back. Santino, his 2nd interception of the game. Oh my goodness. What a turn of events. Macedo forcing it over the middle, couldn't get it over to layer it in time. Santino with his 2nd interception of the game. So just when all things were going the Owls' way after the 3rd quarter, it gets flipped on its head entirely. Now the Vikings have the ball just outside the red zone with 9:42 left, time not an issue. And they have a chance to drive to take the lead. Miller gets the handoff. And the Owls' first wave of tacklers get there to hold it to just a gain of 1. That was Douglas Adams who got there for the tackle. What a rough game it's been passing-wise for the Owls. 3 interceptions on the day for Jaden Macedo. On a 2nd and 9. Play action. Noon throwing down the field, and it is caught, bobbled, and still held on to. Miles Dixon with the catch. And this sets up 1st and goal for the Vikings. Under 9 minutes to go in the 4th, the Vikings with a chance to take the lead. The Owls score 14 straight, and the Vikings trying to do 14 of their own right back. This one's a fade to the goal line. And there is a flag thrown again. It was Willie Clifton in coverage. And it looks like based off the initial reaction, this will be a pass interference. As you can see Clifton with early contact. The refs have a discussion. And a pass interference call is made on Willie Clifton. That's the 2nd one called on the sophomore veteran in this 4th quarter. So 8:37 left. The Vikings down 3. And a 1st and goal at the 2. Ferrari Miller already has 2 touchdowns on the day, looking for a 3rd. This time though it's Noon. Noon standing strong and powers in for the touchdown. The Vikings have stormed back to take the lead. So Diablo Valley rallies back. Isaiah Noon with a strong run inside for the touchdown. And following the extra point, they have a chance to make this a 4-point lead. The kick is up and blocked. A big time play for the special teams. The first mixed extra point for the Vikings this year. And it makes it a 3-point game, 27-24 the score. So the Owls, they only need a field goal to tie, a touchdown to take the lead. This game has been flipped on its head.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years.
Welcome back. If you guys are just tuning in, it has been a game of runs as the kickoff is flat and picked up. That's Johnny Barbie. And Johnny Barbie gets it to the 31-yard line. What a turnaround it's been. In the 3rd quarter, the Owls were down 14-10. They forced 3 turnovers in that quarter and take the lead 24-14. But now in the 4th, the Vikings, forcing a turnover of their own, have had now 2 touchdown drives to take the lead right back, 14 unanswered. And it is 27-24, Vikings holding the lead. And the Owls needing a drive with 8:24 left in the game. Macedo on a 1st and 10. They'll give it to Fuentes. And Fuentes, like he's been doing all game, a strong run on 1st down. And you have to wonder if they just kept going with the run game, how that other drive could have ended out for the Owls. Again, they had the ball, still leading 24-21. They had some strong runs by Fuentes, and then Macedo on his first pass of that drive is intercepted and taken back. So they're going to be cautious again, go again to Fuentes, and it's working good for Fuentes right now. Another powerful gain for Jordan. Flag is also thrown late on the play. And with how late that was thrown, you have to wonder if that one's going to be against the Owls. Well, my apologies, that one's going to be against the Vikings. Now, the big story of this game is that there's been a lot of offensive penalties on the Owls, but we await the call. And it is a personal foul on the Vikings for a late hit. So the call is finally going the Owls' way offensively. And this moves them up ahead to now the Vikings' 39-yard line. Again, a field goal can tie the game. A touchdown gives them the lead. Under 8 minutes to go. Jordan Fuentes still in. They go to Fuentes. Fuentes finds a gaping hole. And he'll move forward again. Continuing to power the chains ahead. That's a gain of 7. And it makes it 2nd and 3. Macedo going into this game, 10 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. But right now he's having his roughest game so far of the year. 3 interceptions thrown. No touchdown passes. The passing game hasn't really been there for the Owls, but the run game has. They go back to Fuentes. And they get a minimal gain of 1. So it's going to make it 3rd and short for a team that has a 36% third down percentage. So on a 3rd and 2, the Owls need a first. Now under 7 minutes to go in the game. It's getting into crunch time. Macedo. This time it's Underwood. Underwood driving forward up ahead. And he was initially tackled behind the line of scrimmage, but the second effort from Underwood gives the Owls the first down. All runs so far on this drive, and it's been working to success. They will now get under 6 minutes by the time this next play is called. Owls at the 29 of the Vikings, if you guys are just tuning in. Under 6 minutes to go. 27-24 the score. And the Owls are driving to take back the lead. Play action. First throw of the drive from Macedo. And it is caught over the middle with a lot of room to work with. Barely through tacklers for first down. And that's a strong gain up ahead. That was number 19, Xavier Canto, with his second catch of the game off the play action. As you can see, that run after catch was huge for the Owls. And now back in is Jordan Fuentes. It's a mishap with the handoff, and Macedo's just going to have to go down and play it safe. Really a miscommunication of where Macedo should turn. And that now makes it 2nd and goal from the 12. So a key mistake that they would not have liked to have made there. Now under 5 minutes to go. Here we go again. Macedo on a 2nd and goal from the 12. High snap! Over the heads of everybody, and Fuentes is going to have to try to make something out of nothing. And the Owls, who just had a successful drive going down the field, 2 mishaps, have now put them at 3rd and goal at the 27 or 26-yard line. Now you get into an interesting moment where even a field goal isn't guaranteed for the Owls. As you can see, it looked like both the quarterback and the running back weren't ready for the snap just yet. So now under 4 minutes to go, you have to think at this point the Owls are probably just hoping to get some yardage to set up a field goal for Sinatra. They drop back instead. Maceto's throw is short, off to the left, intended for Andre Jackson. And now on a 4th and extremely long. 2 big negative plays have set up the moment for Trajan Sinatra. He's going to have to make a big-time field goal. This is a 43-yarder. It would be his longest of the year to tie. Sinatra is cool as ice. He kicks it through for his longest field goal of the year. And this game is knotted up at 27 apiece. Trajan Sinatra, he had a game tying field goal to send it to OT versus Reedley. And now he hits his longest of the year to tie it up at 27. We'll be back.
Time to get in shape is finally here. The Boss Move Fitness app is here to help you accomplish your goals with a customized meal plan, day by day, with a shopping list to make sure that you're eating something nutritious and delicious to help you lose the belly fat for good. It also comes with a customized workout plan, whether you're in a gym or at home, so therefore you never ever have to question what you're doing to make sure you get in the shape that you want to be in. Get started today at GetStartedAtBossMoveFitness.com to accomplish your goals in no time.
Welcome back. 3:34 to go. Tie game at 27 apiece. Sinatra just hit his longest field goal, 40 plus, to tie it up. What a finish it's been. And we still got 3 more minutes of this action at least. So Sinatra kicks this one off. It's a booming kick back into the end zone. And actually looking to return it is Journey McCoy. Journey McCoy fights forward, breaks the tackle, bounces it through, and McCoy still on his feet past the 30. What a return from McCoy. Again, McCoy running like he has something to prove. If you remember, one of his kickoff returns in the 3rd quarter was fumbled. That really led to the big surge for the Owls offense. He makes up for it on this return, and it sets up the Vikings in good field position with 3:25 to play. Noon still in at quarterback. They have found the guy that works best right now for the Vikings in this game. Ferrari Miller in at running back. It's a rollout from Newton. He looks over to the far side, gets it over the defender, close to almost being intercepted. Jaden Robinson was the defender in the area, almost. The 6th turnover forced by this Owls defense, almost. They have 5 so far in the game, 3 fumbles, 2 interceptions. So here's a 2nd and 10. Ferrari Miller still in the backfield. Noon blitz up the middle. He throws it down the far side deep. And there's a flag thrown. Again in coverage was Willie Clifton. Now that one looked interesting. If you look back at the replay there, it looked like the receiver had his hand on Clifton as well. There was really contact on both sides. You have to wonder what the call is going to be here. And they're going to call it a pass interference on the defense. Now, one thing that was weird about that play, though, is the receiver also hooked his arm on Clifton, really pulling him in. But despite that, the refs call it a pass interference. That's Willie Clifton's third PI call of this quarter. With 3:13 left, the Vikings close to midfield. They go to Miller. Miller is driven back. And Miller will only get a gain of 2 thanks to the forward progress. Now under 3 minutes to go. This makes it a gain of actually 1 for the Vikings. So 2nd and 9. The Owl Stadium getting loud on defense. 2:30 to go. Back to Miller. Miller again held for just a gain of 1. That was another big time tackle off of the end for the defender, Jason Crawley. So 3rd and 8. Approaching the 2-minute warning, and the Vikings will let it go to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to go in a tie game, 27 apiece, and we'll be back to see how this game is ridden to a finish.
Time to get in shape is finally here. The Boss Move Fitness app is here to help you accomplish your goals with a customized meal plan, day by day, with a shopping list to make sure that you're eating something nutritious and delicious to help you lose the belly fat for good. It also comes with a customized workout plan, whether you're in a gym or at home, so therefore you never ever have to question what you're doing to make sure you get in the shape that you want to be in. Get started today at GetStartedAtBossMoveFitness.com to accomplish your goals in no time.
Welcome back. What a second half it's been. 14-10 was the score going into halftime. And then the Owls answer 14 unanswered in the third quarter. And then the fourth quarter, 14 unanswered from the Vikings. A field goal by the Owls that just happened on their previous drive has now evened us up at 27 apiece. Now on the drive, the Vikings looking to take the lead are facing a 3rd and 8. They have been very unsuccessful so far on 3rd and longs. Here we go, 3rd and 8. Noon, sweep to the other side. And halted by the defender's flag is also thrown. Now the receiver didn't get to the line that they needed. That was Jake Cogno. A flag also thrown. Fantastic tackle made in the secondary. And that's going to be a holding call. As you can see here on the replay, receiver got a holding just at the tail end. So great tackle by the Owls, and they're going to choose to accept the holding call. So this makes it 3rd and long. So 3rd and 14 for the Vikings 45-yard line. And the Owls chose to accept more so due to the fact that they don't want the Vikings to have a 4th and short to be able to possibly go for it. So despite the fact that it would have been 4th down, it would have been 4th and about 3. And for the way the Vikings have been being aggressive on 4th down, you would prefer to put them on a 4th and longer situation if you can, and that's the risk that the Owls are going to take. Whistle continues to blow. And we await to see what the officials are going to say. It looks like a timeout was called. So it's not a timeout. Both teams are huddling like it is, but it's a reset of the game clock. The game clock was at 1:49. It's now at 1:52. And now Diablo Valley has decided to just fully commit and call their second timeout of the game. 3rd and long upcoming. We'll be back.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years. College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise.
3rd and 14 upcoming. Noon in at quarterback. Noon rolling out. Drives forward. And this will set up a 4th and about 5. As Noon got a gain of 9 on the run. So now the clock is continuing to tick down. Minute 30 left, and all signs right now are pointing to the Vikings looking like they're ready to punt it away. Or Noon's actually going to stay out there. On a 4th and 5, the Vikings are going to go for it. The biggest play of the game upcoming. Just over a minute to go. And it looks like it was a bit of a deception. Wanted to see if he could jump him off sides. Timeout is called for the Vikings. So we'll be back to see how the Vikings choose to play this out on a 4th and 5.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years.
Welcome back. 4th and 5 upcoming. What it showed early is that the Vikings early on showed intentions of going for it on 4th down. And they called a timeout. It looks like they were trying to draw the Owls offside. So with a minute 7 left, the Vikings have a decision to make. Now on 4th down on the year, they are at 47% for the conversion rate. For a matter of perspective, the Owls offense, on the other hand, on 4th down is at 63%. Now it is a 4th and manageable, but it's not a 4th and short either. 4th and 5 is a significant amount of yardage to gain. That's a long timeout. I mean, you would think right now that the Vikings would be ready to take the field, but the officials right now are still discussing. Looks like they might have to have a discussion of their own right now. They're trying to figure out something right now. Looks like the officials are talking it out. And BY calls the defenders back. I wonder if they're discussing if the Vikings had another timeout to take. If they took one without actually having a timeout, that would be a penalty against the Vikings, sending them back even further. This just got really dramatic here in the last minute 7, especially before this play. What is going to be the call here? The head ref is discussing with the coach, and he comes back. And he gives his word now to Coach Ravio. Just had to talk with Jimmy Collins on the other side. So it looks like the Vikings are going to choose to punt it away. The Owls quick to try to set back up on the formation. They might have to call a timeout here. There's too many men on the field. But it's a save for the Vikings as well. They're able to get the players off. Whistles blow. And a lot of confusion really on both sides there. Flag is thrown. If that was a 12-man on the field, that would have been an interesting no timeout from the Foothill Owls right there. Almost at that point, you would almost just be okay just leaving your defense on the field and just have your safety be the back man to returners. To even just let it bounce away. This is a big call right here. If it's called 12 men on the field, it would be a 5-yard penalty.
Number 13 of the defense exited the field on the DVC sideline. That's a 5-yard penalty. That penalty results in a first down.
And it is. An illegal substitution for the Owls has just given Diablo Valley a first down. And right now, if you're a Foothill fan, you are livid at the moment, which they are. There's a lot of fans here in the stands who are losing their minds. And Coach Ravio is having a discussion right now with the official, trying to plead his case. Again, the Owls do have timeouts still to use in this half. It would have been more viable possibly just to use that last timeout just to make sure you avoid any situation like that where you give them 5 yards. But here we are. That's defensive coordinator Coach Brandon Younger, who's out there right now. Looks like he's more so heading over to his sideline so that he can complain to his players so that he doesn't deflect it over to the refs to make sure he doesn't get a flag as well. That's the biggest thing the coaches have to avoid here while they're having the discussion, trying to figure out what's really going on, why this is happening. Coach Matt Ravio is livid. They can't believe the call, and the Owls defense is having to go back out there. Offensive coordinator Marcus Blackshear Jr. already had his play ready, and Brandon Younger on the other side ready to counter. So here they go. Flag is thrown, another stoppage of play. This last minute has gone on for 5 minutes. And it's going to be a false start on the Vikings. So this moves them back 5 yards. Now the Vikings, their longest field goal of the year is 31 yards. That's what they're aiming to go for. So their goal is to get it past the 25-yard line to really get it within field goal range. It starts with Noon. Four-man rush. They hand it off. Miller. And he is stopped at the line. And do they say he fumbled the football? He fumbled the ball! The Owls get it! The sixth turnover of the game forced by the Owls defense. Unbelievable! Another turnover by this Owls defense. And again, this last minute has been quite eventful in this final part of the game. A fumble recovery by Willie Clifton. He makes a fantastic play. And now the Owls have a chance to drive down the field themselves to win it. 59 seconds left to go. They have a timeout. That is now 4 fumbles on the day for Diablo Valley. And the pass is intercepted. Jaden Baceto, his 4th thrown interception of the game. Wow, what is happening right now? Malik Viewins, the linebacker, gets an interception. And just when the Owls had a chance to win it, they give the ball right back. This is a rough one for the passing game of the Owls today. 54 seconds left. And my goodness, at this point, you have to imagine you might just be complacent letting this game go to overtime. Noon draws back, looking deep, has a lot of time. Noon throwing up ahead and is tipped up in the air and almost intercepted. Oh, risky throw by Noon. 45 seconds left. And again, the way this game has gone, you would just imagine that the Vikings would be complacent, running this clock all the way down to overtime. 6 turnovers from the Vikings, 4 from the Owls. It has been a mess of a game from both sides offensively. But here they go, 2nd down. Full intention to pass, it looks like, for Noon. Noon rolling out, has time. He is sacked. That is defensive back Willie Clifton, who gets there into the backfield. What an end to the quarter for Clifton. And now 30 seconds left. The clock continuing to run. The Vikings looking like they wanted to get back on the ball quickly, but are now showing signs of just letting it run down. Now the game clock is lower than the play clock, so they could just let this one go into OT. And they will do just that. This game is too good to end in 4 quarters. We have overtime upcoming at Foothill College.
Time to get in shape is finally here. The Boss Move Fitness app is here to help you accomplish your goals with a customized meal plan, day by day, with a shopping list to make sure that you're eating something nutritious and delicious to help you lose the belly fat for good. It also comes with a customized workout plan, whether you're in a gym or at home, so therefore you never ever have to question what you're doing to make sure you get in the shape that you want to be in. Get started today at GetStartedAtBossMoveFitness.com to accomplish your goals in no time.
The pick again, man, that's crazy.
Time to get in shape is finally here. The Boss Move Fitness app is here to help you accomplish your goals with a customized meal plan, day by day, with a shopping list to make sure that you're eating something nutritious and delicious to help you lose the belly fat for good. It also comes with a customized workout plan, whether you're in a gym or at home, so therefore you never ever have to question what you're doing to make sure you get in the shape that you want to be in. Get started today at GetStartedAtBossMoveFitness.com to accomplish your goals in no time. Time Time to get in shape is finally here. The Boss Move Fitness app is here to help you accomplish your goals with a customized meal plan, day by day, with a shopping list to make sure that you're eating something nutritious and delicious to help you lose the belly fat for good. It also comes with a customized workout plan, whether you're in a gym or at home, so therefore you never ever have to question what you're doing to make sure you get in the shape that you want to be in. Get started today at GetStartedAtBossMoveFitness.com to accomplish your goals in no time. Time to get in shape is finally here. The Boss Move Fitness app is here to help you accomplish your goals with a customized meal plan, day by day, with a shopping list to make sure that you're eating something nutritious and delicious to help you lose the belly fat for good. It also comes with a customized workout plan, whether you're in a gym or at home, so therefore you never ever have to question what you're doing to make sure you get in the shape that you want to be in. Get started today at GetStartedAtBossMoveFitness.com to accomplish your goals in no time. Time to get in shape is finally here. The Boss Move Fitness app is here to help you accomplish your goals with a customized meal plan, day by day, with a shopping list to make sure that you're eating something nutritious and delicious to help you lose the belly fat for good. It also comes with a customized workout plan, whether you're in a gym or at home, so therefore you never ever have to question what you're doing to make sure you get in the shape that you want to be in. Get started today at GetStartedAtBossMoveFitness.com to accomplish your goals in no time. Time to get in shape is finally here. The Boss Move Fitness app is here to help you accomplish your goals with a customized meal plan, day by day, with a shopping list to make sure that you're eating something nutritious and delicious to help you lose the belly fat for good. It also comes with a customized workout plan, whether you're in a gym or at home, so therefore you never ever have to question what you're doing to make sure you get in the shape that you want to be in. Get started today at GetStartedAtBossMoveFitness.com to accomplish your goals in no time.
Welcome back. Overtime, 27-27. This game has been bonkers. 6 turnovers from the Diablo Valley Vikings, 4 from the Owls. And DVC has won the coin toss, so they're going to elect to play defense first in the first overtime. Let's just recap this game from the beginning. Started off, the Owls had a fantastic opening drive. Down the field they went, scored the first touchdown, their first opening drive touchdown of the year. Then, following that, they throw an interception, Jaden Maceto's first of the day, first of 4. And the Vikings take advantage of that. They take it down from within Owls territory to tie it up at 7 apiece. The Vikings then engineer their own drive, take the lead at 14-7. And then, following a Diablo Valley Vikings fumble, the Owls get a field goal at the end of the half. That makes it 14-10. Then this is where things get crazy. 8 total turnovers between both teams in the second half. In the third quarter, Diablo Valley fumbled 3 times and threw an interception as well. The Owls put up 14 unanswered, and then Diablo Valley put up 14 unanswered as they get 2 interceptions in the fourth quarter. And then the Owls got a field goal right towards the end of the fourth, and that leaves us to where we are now, tied 27-27 to start OT. They go to Fuentes early on, and Fuentes, he's had a fantastic game and continues to do so. Powering forward for a gain of 8. So a reminder on college football OT rules. It's going to be 2 overtimes. Both teams have a chance to answer their drive starting from the 25 to either answer more points or to even it up. After the second OT, though, we switch to 2-point conversions. Here's another handoff for the Owls, and it's going to be immediately met by the first wave of defenders. That is Navari Cormier who makes the tackle. Third down for the Owls. And again, this is an Owls team that has struggled passing the ball. You have to imagine they might be a little bit more complacent just running the football with Fuentes here on third down. It goes to Fuentes, and Fuentes can't get the first. He is stopped, and the Owls are going to have to settle for 3. An immediate 3 and out. Now, a reminder too, Trajan Sinatra, he nailed a 42-yard field goal that tied this game, sending it to OT. Sinatra, his kick is good. And the Owls putting it through the uprights, take a 30-27 lead, and now the Vikings, starting for the 25, will have their chance to answer. But the biggest thing about this Owls team so far in this game is the defense, especially from the edge rushers, Joshua Shanklin and Douglas Adams. What a fantastic game they've had, applying pressure and stuffing a run game for Diablo Valley that's really been successful all year long. They average 142 rushing yards per game, but they've been held to under that in this one, thanks to the fantastic play from the defensive line, a defensive line that's also banged up. But here's Newton. He's come in since the 4th, and he's played great for the Vikings. And it's going to be a handoff to Miller. Another run held to just a minimal gain. That's Ferrari Miller for a run of about 3, it looks like, and it's going to make it 2nd and 7. Now, one thing about the Vikings team as well is they don't have as reliable of a kicker as Trajan Sinatra. Jorge De Usa is their kicker. His longest is 31, but he's only kicked 4 field goals on the year. Here's 2nd down. Newton keeps it. Bounce it to the outside, and a great tackle made in the secondary. What an end to the 4th and a start to OT it's been for Willie Clifton. He's been everywhere from his defensive back spot. Willie Clifton has been the subject of a couple rough calls on the defensive side, but he has answered the call. He was the one who made the big-time fumble recovery to stop Diablo Valley from going forward on their drive to win it. And now here is a 3rd and long, 3rd and 6 to be exact. Oh, ball is up in the air. Newton breaks the tackle and bounces it to the outside. Looking ahead, and he'll run out of bounds. He doesn't throw it away. Newton is forced out of bounds, and it's now 4th and extremely long. What do the Vikings do here? Do they trust their kicker to send it from 40 plus? At the worst time, a mishap on the snap. Looks like there was a little bit of confusion with the substitutions there. I don't think the Vikings are going to kick it. This is it. This is the game. 4th and 15, and a timeout is called, understandably, for the Vikings. They want to have more time to discuss this next play upcoming. So this is it. Game on the line, 4th and 15, and we'll be back after the time.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years.
Welcome back. 4th and 15. The Vikings down 30-27. They choose not to kick the field goal. They want to go for it on 4th down, so this is the game. Newton is at the helm. 3-man rush, 4-man, a late blitz. Pressure to Newton, and he is sacked! This game is over! That is again Joshua Shankland, and the Owls have won another thriller here at home. The Foothill Owls, all 3 home games have come down to the final plays, and they do it again. Another close win at home. This makes the Foothill Owls 2-1 in the conference. What a game. Foothill wins 30-27 against Diablo Valley. And following a rough loss versus the College of San Mateo, the Owls bounce back, especially on the defensive side, and win a thriller in overtime. 30-27 the final, and the Foothill Owls now 2-1 in the conference. Their next game next week will be versus San Francisco, who's at the top of the Base 6. So a tough matchup they'll have here back at home for Diablo Valley and the Vikings. Their next game will be back at their place versus the Laney Eagles. What a game between both sides. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to NorCal Sports TV. What a game you guys were tuned in for as the Foothill Owls win a thriller, 30-27 the final. My name is Alejandro Flores, and hope you guys have a fantastic day. Ducio.